Prepare for the next extraordinary shock hidden in the sacred family tree. The verse reads, Salmon begat Boaz by Rahab, and Boaz begat Obed by Ruth, and Obed begat Jesse. If you thought Tamar's story was wild, you're about to see God elevate a Gentile, a foreigner, a woman from the most despised profession, and an enemy of Israel into the very lineage of the Messiah. I promise that this single dense verse will reveal the radical, boundary-shattering inclusivity of God's redemptive plan, proving that your past profession, nationality, or sin absolutely cannot keep you from fulfilling a divine destiny. Let's dissect the first half. Salmon begat Boaz by Rahab. This is an earthquake in a single sentence. Ancient Jewish genealogies were meticulous about purity, yet Matthew unapologetically includes Rahab, a Gentile woman from Jericho, and a prostitute. Contextually, Rahab was not only a foreigner, but an enemy who lived in a city set for divine judgment. Yet, when Joshua's spies entered Jericho, Rahab chose faith, risking her life to protect the agents of God's kingdom. Her action wasn't perfect, but it was a demonstration of a profound, active belief in the God of Israel. Her marriage to Salmon, a prince of the tribe of Judah, was an act of grace that crossed every cultural and national barrier. This act of inclusion shattered the pure bloodline concept, establishing an early, powerful precedent for the Gentile inclusion that Jesus would later preach. The next link continues this theme. Boaz begat Obed by Ruth. Here the story introduces Ruth, the third woman, a Moabite. The law was clear in Deuteronomy 23:3. No Ammonite or Moabite or any of their descendants may enter the assembly of the Lord, even to the 10th generation. The Moabites were historical enemies of Israel, a lineage viewed with suspicion and exclusion. Yet Ruth, through her famous loyalty and devotion to Naomi and her eventual marriage to the noble Boaz, Rahab's son, is not only included in the assembly, but her name is placed squarely in the messianic line, providing the link to King David. The climax of this verse is the revelation that Boaz, the son of the prostitute Rahab, married Ruth, the despised Moabite foreigner, and from their union came Obed, who begat Jesse, the father of King David. This single verse explodes the notion that the Messiah's lineage would be pristine or purely Jewish. It reveals that the kingly line is intentionally built through people who were outsiders, sinners, and excluded by law, yet chosen by grace. The conclusion is unmistakable. Matthew includes these women, the controversial Tamar, the prostitute Rahab, and the foreign Ruth, to prepare his Jewish audience for the most astonishing part of Jesus' story, his inclusion of the Gentiles and his mission to the marginalized. Jesus' radical inclusivity is not a new invention. It is etched into his DNA, a planned feature of the divine blueprint from the very beginning. The moral of the story: my love is not confined by your human distinctions. The King of the universe did not come from a fortress of privilege, but from a family of broken, flawed, and marginalized outsiders. Therefore know this: if Rahab the prostitute and Ruth the Moabite are close enough to be the king's ancestors, then you are certainly close enough to be his child. If this analysis changes how you see genealogies, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We are one step closer to the King. For our next video on Matthew 1:6, we will finally arrive at the most famous name of all, but not before introducing the most infamous woman of all. Who was the wife of Uriah, and why did Matthew refuse to even speak her name? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for seeking my truth.